In today's video, we're talking about the new album by Neil Young. This is Neil Young and Crazy. So the album is called World Record. It was released on November 18th, 2022. This is album number 42 in Neil Young's discography. Produced by Neil Young and Rick Rubin, released on the Reprise record label. And this is a follow-up to last year's album that was called Barn. That was released about a year ago in 2021. Now, on this album, it's a little more laid back, a little more like kind of like a country album. The lyrics are very like environmentally friendly. It talks a lot about saving the planet, so that's kind of like a recurring theme in this album. So let me just talk about the songs. It kind of like you got like about like 9 or 10 songs, and there's one like long song called Chevrolet, which is 15 minutes, and the other songs are kind of like short songs, like 2 or 3 minutes long. So the total album is about like 45 minutes. So the album opener is Love Earth. This is a country song. It's just kind of very soft country, just very relaxing, thought-provoking, talking about taking care of the planet. The main instruments in this song are like the piano. You got some lead guitars, like playing more of those like country leads. You got the slide guitar, the softer drum beat, and Neil has like more of like a softer vocal style. Then afterwards, the next song is called Overhead. It's a little more upbeat, something that reminded me of like Neil's Harvest album. It's soft, it's relaxing, very laid back. In the lyrics, Neil is talking about how he like looks up into the sky, so that's like the title, Overhead. He sees the birds, he sees all this stuff going on, brings back lots of memories. The main instruments are the piano, the harmonica, and the organ. It's kind of more of a softer song. After that, I Walked With You, which is in parentheses, Earth Ringtone. This one they kind of bring in a little more of those like distorted guitars. Like those like early Neil Young albums, they were kind of like some of the first like grunge albums. They had those kind of like distorted, like really fuzzy guitar tone, but it's a very soft song. And like the guitars are like really like fuzzy and heavy, but the song is slow, so it's kind of like doom metal a little bit, but a Neil Young song, if that makes sense. You gotta kind of listen to it, know what I'm talking about. It's just pretty cool. I like the marching band kind of drums in that one, and that's pretty cool. And then This Old Planet, and then Changing Days in parentheses. Another country song, kind of a little more upbeat, reminding me of something from the Harvest album, talking about saving the planet. Main instruments are the piano and the accordion, a little slower, and Neil has like more of a country tone in his vocals. And then The World, in parentheses, is in trouble now. This is a little more upbeat, some of that like 90s Neil Young, where it's a little more rocking. It's kind of like a little hopeful. Again, lyrics talking about saving the planet. You got some organ playing, you got some country rock guitars, you got the accordion. You know, the drums have a little more energy in them. Like that has like a little more, faster beat. You hear like the bass guitar, that like fixed sound. So this one is really good. And then Break the Chain. It's a heavy rock song. It's like blues rock. Kind of reminds me of that album like Rust Never Sleeps. That kind of like live jam kind of feel. Then the Long Dance Before. It's country, or more like country rock. Lyrics are talking about like the state of the world. The main instruments are like the accordion, harmonic, and slide guitar. A little slower, and you got the soft vocals. Then Walkin the Road to the Future is country rock. Similar to, again, like I'm bringing back that Harvest album. The lyrics are like very thought-provoking. It's an anti-war song, so they talk a lot about that. So that's something that Neil likes to talk about a lot. Main instruments are like the harmonica and the accordion and the organ. A little slower in the drum pace in this one. Then The Wonder Won't Wait, which is a blues rock song, a little more upbeat, lyrically about saving the earth. The song has some harmonica, accordion, some more like distorted guitars, a little slower drums, and some softer vocals. Then comes like the big song, which was a single called Chevrolet. This is a 15-minute song, so this is the song that really takes up like about like a third of the album. It's kind of more one of those like blues jams or hard rocking jams. Neil is talking about his love of cars. So for 15 minutes, he's talking about how he almost bought this old Chevrolet, and it just brought back all these memories. But the song is just, it has like these long instrumental passages where you have these like distorted guitars, and just, just the band is just doing what they do. They're just like playing, and it's almost like they're playing in like a live setting, kind of like this, kind of like garage kind of band, or just like this long jam session. And the album closes with a reprise of "This Old Planet," which is, like I said before, it was just kind of like just that saving the planet type of song with a piano and accordion and like that. So it's not a bad. It's more of like a laid back album. So something like Harvest or Harvest Moon. When Neil Young puts out an album, you kind of like don't really know what you're getting. Sometimes a little more harder rocking, sometimes a more bluesy, more R&B, and I think this is more of like a country type of album. It has that song Chevrolet, which is that long jam session, and other like shorter songs. So that's why it's a 45-minute album. It's pretty cool. It's just, it's a Neil Young album. It's not bad. The production is decent. It kind of has the sound of like a live album, or like a garage rock kind of sound. I like that aspect of it. If you are a fan of Neil Young, you'll like it. It's not like one of his best, one of his worst, but it's just a decent album. Songs are catchy. It's the kind of album that has good replay value. You can listen to it over a few times. And my final score is going to be 7.5 out of 10. That is all. Let me know in the comments what you thought. So this week I'm going to probably do 2 more videos before the weekend. Underrated albums of 1992, and my weekly metal album roundup, which will be in a couple days. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.